Welcome back, everybody, to another video made by me. Can we please cut the Walmart music? It's starting to piss me off. Thank you. And anyways, welcome to today's videos where we are going to be listing top 10 things we all want to see in Dragon Ball Legends this year. Alright guys, I hope we're ready because we're going to start off with a bang at number 10. Game Original Characters. Now, this is a tag that has not been touched since, I don't know when, Bardock and Goku got their units. And aside from that, every Game Originals character is a free-to-play character, and they just weren't all that good. Obviously, Shallot is decent. He was decent when he got his Platinum equipment, but that was, at this point, a while ago, and he's just not what he used to be. I think in the big 2026, we are going to be seeing more Game Original characters. Because if that's so, hey man, y'all never know. We could see a future Gohan / adult future Trunks tag unit. I mean, come on. There's so many ideas that they could run with that they just haven't. I don't know if it's out of pure laziness. But if they implement this into the 2026, units will be hype. Units will be fine. I think it'll be a great idea for them to bring back the Game Original Characters tag. Now, coming in at number 9, we have Chrono Crystal rewards for playing PvP. Now, I know what you're going to say. Well, we already have Chrono Crystal rewards for playing PvP. I'm not talking about those kinds of Chrono Crystal rewards where we grind up the coins. I'm talking about every time we get into a match, we are guaranteed Chrono Crystals, whether we win or we lose. Now, I'm not talking about a crazy amount of Chrono Crystals, but an indefinite amount, which players can use to grind, and it gives us more of an incentive to play PvP. I feel like PvP as of lately is just a grind for nothingness. Because let's be honest, even if you are the top #1 in the world, what are they giving you? 1,000 Chrono Crystals for being in God rank, plus like another 1,000 or maybe 500. So let's say at the most you're getting 2,000 Chrono Crystals for your rewards in PvP season, which lasts about 3 weeks. That's honestly nothing compared to one summit. Compared to like doing you can't even do a full rotation on a banner with that. I think if they were to implement, like let's say they don't make it too crazy, just 3 Chrono Crystals per every win, or 5 Chrono Crystals per every win, and 1 Chrono Crystal per a loss. That would be so much more helpful, because how many people do you know that grind PvP daily just to get God rank? Not only will that help the people that grind, that will help everybody. And all in all, I think that would be a great usage of that kind of system to implement into the PvP. But hey, that's just my opinion, you know? I'm not a Legends dev, so what can I say? Number 8. Add a better pity system. For fuck's sake. Please. And I'm not just talking about on Ultra characters. I'm talking about on all banners in general. A person should not be able to go 60,000 CC in debt and not have a single copy of the Legends Limited he's summoning on. That's just not something that should be a thing. There should be after a certain time, just a guaranteed pool. I believe that the rates in this game are already ass enough. People should not be having to go on Reddit, I just spent 100k CC on this Legends Limited character, and I didn't even get him, when Ultras have a guaranteed pool rate. That, and the pity, it needs to be less than $45,000, because who do you think you're fooling? Who do you think you're actually fooling? A free-to-play person is not always going to have the ability to save up 45,000 CC, or is it 44,000 CC, just to get an guaranteed Ultra. That's ridiculous. But hey, what can you say? It's a gacha game, you know. It wants you to spend your money. It's a bunch of bullshit, you know. Yeah. Number 7, better matchmaking ability. Alright, look. I should not, as a previous God ranker, as a seasoned veteran, be going up against little Timmy, who just got his 3-star Beast Gohan. Alright? I should not be going up against that. And I get it. Some people take breaks away from PvP, and some people, you know, they'll be on a losing streak and you'll give them like an easy match or a bot. But little Timmy, who just pulled his new characters, who doesn't know really how to play the game, should not be facing a 99 times God rank. He should not be fighting fucking Goresh. Alright? And I'm not trying to be like the fucking white knight savior to all these fucking new players, but come on. Let's be honest. Not only is it unfair to the person who just started playing the game, it's also, like, it's not fun for the seasoned veteran, unless he's fucking asshole, to just fucking, oh, look, I'm beating these people. This gives me no gratification. And he beats them in 5 seconds. That does nothing. That's not skill-based matchmaking. That's just shitty matchmaking based off of a shitty fucking just a shitty system. They need to fix it. I mean, honestly. Because, first of all, Legends, your players already have enough to fucking bitch and complain about. You keep on feeding the fucking fuel to the fire. So I don't know what you're expecting. Anyway, that's just my personal gripe. Coming in at number 6, new in-game PvP mechanics. And no, I'm not talking about pay-to-win features like stupid-ass supporters or like anything like that. I'm talking about a character that brings in a new mechanic that is unique to him and he fits a certain type of niche. Let's look at certain characters in Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Legends even. Synchro Bros. You got Fusing Super Vegito, that once he hits his Synchro gauge, he has an unblockable Rising Rush. Fusing Yellow Super Gogeta, he has Assault Chain. Now let's take a look at uninspired, unoriginal, Fusing Green Gogeta, who I love, who is a great character, who brought back the Synchro gauge, but he did not have a new mechanic. That's all he had. Now, there are so many routes that they could go. Let's take Majin Buu for an example. Absorption technique. Captain Ginyu, swapping bodies. Or Frieza, a character with multiple transformations. You could start him off at his base form or second form. He can go through multiple transformations every time he gets a new kit. Not broken, but a new kit. That is something interesting that Legends players would want to see. That is something that everybody would love to see. There are so many characters with multiple transformations with different aspects and different strengths that they could play to that they just don't. They just don't. Like one character who fit a great niche this year, Android 13, a fantastic support unit for every team that he went on. He revived so many dead units, and it's crazy. But hey, what can I say? I mean, new game mechanics, you can just think of that shit off the top of your head. Absorption, body swapping, multiple transformations in one unit. Let's see, what else, you know? The Succession was a great idea. But it's essentially a glorified revive, if we're being honest. But I think new mechanics is what should be in store for 2026, and I think it would be great for the Legends environment. Coming in at number 5, we have more representation for characters that are not like main characters. Like, let's take Son Goku or Vegeta or Gohan. I want more representation and spotlight for the characters that don't really get a lot of screen time on Dragon Ball Legends. Like, let's take Pikkon. Pikkon does not have a good standalone unit. Or we can look at Tien. 23rd World Tournament Tien. We have Cell Saga Tien with his Tri-Beam. You know, Tien hasn't really had much good representation besides the Saiyan Saga unit that he got with Chaozu. But we're talking about a standalone. You know, we're talking about standalone units. Or a good Piccolo unit. When was the last time we got a great, you know, standalone Piccolo unit, you know? I mean, come on. These are just off the top of the head. I believe that Dragon Ball Legends knows who their cash cow is. Goku. And I know there are a lot of hype beasts out there, but they're saying a whole lot of fucking nothing. Alright? There are so many cool characters in Dragon Ball in general that they could add to Dragon Ball Legends. You know, it wouldn't hurt to add some variety in there. We have enough Gokus and Gohans and Vegetas. Let's see some, you know, some new Piccolo units, some new Z Fighter units. Let's see, I mean, last year we had Garlic Jr. That was a great representation. There are so many characters that I would personally want to see, like a good Tao unit. That would be pretty fire. Tao is pretty solid, like people don't even know. But unfortunately, Dragon Ball Legends falls into the hype beasts, territory where they just release the same shit fucking unit every 1 to 2 years, But yeah, that's my number 5. Coming in at number 4, they need to release more 1% Sparkings than Legends Limited. I know this is like that's kind of a given, but this anniversary, they released 1%, or this festival, they released 1% Sparking. That is insane, and he was shared between dual banners. They need to release more good and usable 1% Sparkings. They are milking Legends Limited. Guys, there was a time where Legends Limited was actually limited. Like, they didn't just feed us Legends Limited like water, and then here's an Ultra, and then here's another Legends Limited. Like, come on. Like, I think more 1% Sparking should be implemented, and it should be way more of a bigger thing. Like, I just think that it would be a healthier environment and probably just way easier to get newer characters. And, not everything has to be Legends Limited and Ultra. Not everything has to be a hype beast. Like I said earlier, hype beast characters don't have to release every other 2 weeks. But, what do I know? I've just been playing the game since it released. Coming in at number 3, more PvE mechanics. Now, whether this counts as story mode, a new co-op mode, they need to add and implement more stuff that we can get more Chrono Crystals from and interact in new ways with the game that we haven't before. Like, let's say we make a giant co-op raid boss. You tell me people wouldn't want to play just to fight against a giant character? Sure, it would take work to implement the regular sized characters to fight giant characters, but it's almost like you have a giant worldwide fan base who would love to see that. It's almost like you have fucking billions of dollars at your disposal to just, let's implement that, I'm just saying, I think new PvE options would be great for, the community and for people, to keep interest in your game besides for just PvP, because there are so many other PvP games for Dragon Ball that people can play. And, Dragon Ball Legends, if you don't offer something enticing or unique, then people will just go play other games. Coming in at number 2, we have a personal one for me. Dragon Ball Legends must not allow you to enter the game if your Wi-Fi or your data, like, there has to be a requirement for you to enter PvP. You cannot be coming in here with 6 frames per second and all of a sudden you log out the match, but I lose because your shitty connection. Dragon Ball Legends needs to have a requirement for how much connection you have to the internet or to your data before you get into PvP. Yeah, that's about it for number 2. And last but certainly not least, coming in at number 1, we need better representation for Zenkais and unique equipments. I cannot tell you how many dog water Zenkais we have this year. Like, it's so hard to count. If you're going to Zenkai a character, the purpose is to make them better than what they are right now. They have to be usable at least. You cannot Zenkai a character just to make them fall off in the next week. Like, that's just like such an oxymoron to do. Like, that's so dumb. And unique equipments, they need, I love the unique equipment representation we had this year, but both of them together need to be better represented in the game, because Zenkais used to be great. Like, they used to be like fucking life-altering in the game, and now it's like, Zenkai, cool. What character are they gonna fuck up this month? But yeah, guys, that's my list. So I hope you guys all enjoyed and agreed with me, because I think personally, if these 10 things were to be implemented into Dragon Ball Legends this year, the game would see a big skyrocket in numbers, in money, and in just playability. Because let's be honest, Dragon Ball Legends has been kind of, on a low streak since the end of 2024, and that's not too great, you know. The 7th anniversary kind of brought us up, and then, you know, we hit a real low right afterwards. But we will see after the end of the festival how they're gonna handle it and where we're gonna be taken from here. But hey, we never know. We don't know what they have in store for us in 2026. Hopefully it's something big. Hopefully they implement at least one of these things. But y'all let me know your ideas for what Dragon Ball Legends can do better in the big 2026. And I will see you guys tomorrow in my next video. Until then, bye-bye.